What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Soulblaze, the coach of the Oslo City Dragon Dancers, boy. Today, I have a very exciting video for you, as you can see by clicking on the thumbnail. The prestigious league, PTL, the Pokemon Draft League. Heard of that one? Yeah? Well, I'm in it, so, or, yeah, boy is in it, alright? So, we have PTL Season 6 here. Today, we're doing a draft analysis for you. I'm in the lowest division, Division 3, and we are about to run this league. Why? I'm glad you asked. I'm gonna show you. Okay, so first off, I have no idea how this got to me, okay? I'm gonna just be real with you. I have no clue how this got to me. We're playing in the NatDex Wi-Fi tier, which means that every Pokemon is level 50, and yeah, it's pretty much simulating the Wi-Fi as if you're playing in the games. So I'm gonna show you my first pick here, and you'll kind of start to understand where I'm going with this draft. First pick, hailed to be by Arceus above the single strongest Pokemon in the format. This is the draft league format. This is not ladder. This is not the format where your 6 Pokemon are just the best, strongest in the tier, and then you just run everything. No, close, but no. It's Mew. What was my pick? I was second. So there was like, how many coaches were there? 12, I think. I think there were 12 coaches, yeah. And if you have like the list, I was not at the bottom because that's Wheel, and I was not the guy before second to bottom, but I was the guy third to bottom, and I got Mew. You know how crazy that is? It got so far, man. It's a point draft, which means that each Pokemon that you draft costs points, and then you have like this point system that values all the Pokemon at different point scores, and then you have to make sure that you have enough points, and on top of just drafting as normal and stuff like that. So I'm not going to go into detail on how drafting works today. You watch a video on that yourself. I might just upload that to the channel at a later point, and the rule sets and stuff. But this is very exciting. Mew, hailed to be the best mon in the format. Easily the largest moveset of every Pokemon in the game. As you can see, there are, I'd say, well over 200 moves here. And ya boy, who I'd actually go as far as to say I'm one of the best people in the game that knows how to prepare matches, which is giving me all these tools is just not healthy, dude. Last time I drafted Mew, I royally shit the bed. Okay, okay, so I just thought, okay, we're just going Mega Aerodactyl for some reason, and listen. It's a clean, fresh slate. We have Mew. Mew's amazing. It cost me 20 points. I don't care. I'm taking that mine. It's still a Psychic type, which means that Psychic type moves are stronger on it, of course, being Stab. Same type attack bonus, 1.5. So you can basically imagine they have an attack boost of 1.5 on both special and physical side. It still has the same weaknesses as Psychic. 100 across the board is just... Oh, it's perfect. Perfect. It's actually a good Statmon that has, like, so many moves, man. Ability, not bad. Not good, not the best, or whatever. It's decent. It's okay. It's doable. You get status, you transfer the status back over. You know what? It's not a legendary ability. It's not a godlike ability, but you see all these moves, boy. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Perfect. Almost very good. Very good stat distribution here. I cannot talk today. So that's Mew. Mew, perfect. And normally you would be like, okay, so I got this Mew. I would like to cover up its weaknesses, right? Mew's weak to Bug, it's weak to Dark, it's weak to Ghost. What do we draft that can resist those? Usually you'd think like that, right? But there was another 20-point mark that was open by the time it got back to me, because I got 2 picks almost back to back, right? Because when you pick the first time, it goes all the way through the list and you're almost at the bottom, then you pick. But then it continues to the 2 guys that are below me. So the guy below me pick, and then the guy below that picks twice because it's the wheel. Then the guy below me picks again, and then it's my turn. So there's basically, I pick, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 picks, and then it's my turn again. And there was 5 20-point mons. 20 is the highest you can draft for at one time. It was 5 20-point mons. Right? When it got to me, I think there was like 3. And I got 2 of them. It costs a lot of points. I do get that. It does cost an insanely amount of points. But you cannot scoff at the power you get from Big Daddy. Where you at? Where you at? No, wrong, Kiro. You know where this is going. Big Daddy Kiro Black, baby. You cannot scoff at the power. I was so tempted. I could not pass this opportunity up, bro. They do not fit well in terms of weaknesses together. They don't cover for each other at all. I realize that, and in retrospect, drafting like Mega Mawile might have been a better play, but I could not pass this up. How can you? Look at these stats. So yeah, boy, drafted the Kyurem Black. Admittedly, it is not allowed to use Dragon Dance. It is off the table. I do realize that. But I've used Kyurem Black before, and this thing hits hard. It hits so hard. In the weaker offensive category, it is the same stat as God himself. Arceus has 120 special attack. Kyurem has 120 special attack, and that's not the highest. That's 170, bro. That's 170. Jesus, I do realize it has counterplays, and not stacking its weaknesses, not working well with Mew like that. It has its downsides. It's a very double-edged sword tactic. I'm aware. But when you've got that power, it's like I always teach my students. It doesn't really matter if your opponent can see the truck coming. Because just because they see that it's coming towards them, when you're standing on the railroad, on the train tracks, right? And you see the train barreling towards you, just because you know it's coming doesn't mean you can stop it. That's what this draft is going for. And we have these amazing mods right here. And throughout the entire draft, that is the essence of it, right? That I went for. Not like, okay, this typing fits well with this typing because it cover up for this typing and it resists this typing and whatever. No. My point here is I have power, I have more power, and when you think I ran out of power, I have even more power. Yeah, you guessed that right. So our Mega, we haven't drafted a Mega yet. Notice that? We do have a Mew. Very good stat distribution. We do have a Kyurem Black. Very good stat distribution. Very strong typings to be offensive. And it's not as good defensive. Mew can be defensive. It's fine. Still, its slowest stat is 90. That's not even bad, bro. That's not even bad. That's good. That's good, bro. That's good. That's good. So, we move on. Our Mega past logo mascot. I changed it. Doesn't matter. Mega Altaria. Okay? People scoff at it a little bit, like Pixelate got nerfed from 1.3 times boost to 1.2. Doesn't get return anymore because it got removed from Sword and Shield. All I'm saying is it's a dragon that can dragon dance. It's a dragon that's immune to other dragons, right? It's a strong fairy type with setup options on the defensive side with Cotton Guard, Dragon Dance, or just special set with agility. On top of that, you look at these stats. It's basically 110 across the board. It's 75. It's all right. It's not that good. It's not that bad, but it's all right. 110, perfect, beautiful. It's perfect. It's good. It's really good. 110 defense, still solid, really good. 110 special attack. Oh my lord, amazing. 105 special defense, still very, very good and solid. It's super bulky. It's hit super hard. It's not that speedy. Okay? It's not that speedy. But as I just sold you on, the thing that I just sold you on, it can boost that speed. It can cover for its weakness by itself. And with its typing, it does stack some typings because I am running Double Dragon. I am running Double Dragon. The only Mega that I could have drafted that didn't stack weakness was Mega Venusaur. But Mega Venusaur doesn't get hidden powers anymore. So it doesn't have a fire move. And when steel types come around, you have to resort to earth power. So when I'm fighting a Celesteela, Corviknight, stuff like that, what's gonna happen? I can't touch them. With this, at least I have some fire coverage that I can, if they're low enough, I can kill them off. Or I can sack Mega Altaria and get a chunk of their HP and a free switch. Or something among those lines, right? I do have that fire coverage for if they want to switch in on me too. Not bad. As well, it's Pixelate ability. If you don't know, if you watched this video, and I don't know how much Draft League experience you have. It used to be an ability that boosted 1.3, now it's 1.2. It's an ability that takes normal type moves that's damaging in some way, physical or special, translates their normal typing over to a fairy typing, and yes, stab boost is then included in the switch, which basically makes that 1.2 times 1.7 times. And that's hard. That hits hard. And physical and special. That means if you go on here, physical, and you search normal, all of these gets I don't know about that. Maybe natural gift as well, but I can't hold a berry, so don't worry about natural gift. Cannot use return and frustration. Not allowed. Those were base 103 moves. Very amazing with no drawback. Very amazing. Now we have to resort to other things, but it's not bad. We have body slam at base 85, which is, significantly weaker, but it has a 30% chance to paralyze. Very good. Double edge, it has more power than return. So you don't technically lose power, you just lose that safety net of not having any drawbacks. Because this move's drawback is that I lose some HP for it. I do have Roost, heals 50%, loses flying type move, but I'm not a flying type anymore. So I basically just get 50% for free. I can heal myself, right? And if I didn't get that, I could still use Rest to heal full and just sleep 2 turns, or run Heal Bell on say Mew, for example, right? But that's just a physical category. You can Dragon Dance and that hits super hard. Then you have the special side of it, which is here. You go normal. Here are all the special moves that I have access to that gets boosted by Pixelate and translates to Fairy and Stab on top. Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam. Anything that doesn't resist this or dodge this is almost certainly guaranteed to die. And that's just normal type moves. You can use fire, it has earthquake, you can run heat wave, that's 3 fire coverage right there. It has haste, you can't set up on it. It has heal bell to cure your party's status conditions. It has iron tail, dude. It has ice beam, moon blast, just regular fairy move. I wouldn't recommend using this, but you have outrage, super strong move. Super strong dragon. It's a dragon move. It's a dragon too. It has access to Draco Meteor, bro. Draco Meteor, Dragon Claw, Outrage, Dragon Pulse. Facade is also an option if you want. Like, most people want to burn it, right? Because they're like, okay, a Dragon Dance set, all you have to do is burn it, and then it's useless. You can either run Rest to counteract the burn, make it go sleep, and then run Sleep Talk something, Dragon Dance coverage moves, for example, or you can run Facade. Still gets boosted in, and the power doubles on top of that. You ain't safe. You ain't safe. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure I double check that I'm recording. Very it's a bit yeah. And if you're worried about the accuracy on Hyper Beam Draco Meteor, Home Claws is right there. Or you could run a mix set with Draco Meteor that gets boosted by accuracy, and you can run physical moves. Or physical moves like Play Rough get boosted to 100%. Again, wouldn't suggest using it. You get 100% boost on 100% accuracy on Toxic. It can roar stuff out, dude. Jesus, it can set up a sub. It can do a lot. It's also a defogger, by the way, so you can remove hazards. And once it mega evolves, it's not weak to any hazard. Pretty amazing mod. It does have downsides, I am aware. It can boost its it can boost its team speed for 4 turns with Tailwind. Bulldoze. You want to lower your opponent's speed while doing damage? Go ahead. Double team busted move, not allowed, of course. Feather Dance. You want to really make sure an enemy that has high attack you want to force it to swap, or if it can't swap, you want to force it to be useless. Feather Dance is there. Mimic. You can take another one. You can take an opponent's move. Power swap. If you're not against a KB, because I have Cure in Black, but if you're against something that has higher than 110, take it. Power swap that shit. And then what else do we have? Giga Imp. Oh, I forgot to talk about Giga Impact. It's the physical version of Hyper Beam, dude. Physical version of Hyper Beam. You cannot move the next turn, but it's guaranteed to kill. And if you know that your opponent, if you use this to kill what threatens Mega Altaria, then nothing comes in and revenge kills it. Nothing. It's options. I got options and options and options, dude. Endure if I just want to live. Dream Eater if I want to gain some HP from someone sleeping. Yeah, you never know. We'll come to that later in the draft. Mirror move. I want to use your move. Mud Slap. I don't think I can use that. Psych Up. You have boosts. I want to take those boosts. Thank you for boosts. I like boosts. Sunny Day. Solar Beam. Sunny Day boosts my fire type moves as well. Really good. I resist fire myself, so I'm good. Solar Beam. Wonder Room, it gets Wonder Room, dude. Defense and special defense stat switch? You're physically defensive, and I'm a physical attacker? Nah, I think you're especially defensive, dude. There's so much stuff I can do here. I can put enemies to sleep with Sing and use Dream Eater, dude. There's so much I can do. Snore gets boosted by Pixelate. Rest, sleep, attack, snore? Swift never misses? Not allowed to use Swagger. Thief is also useless because I do have an item already. But it has so many options. Ghost type move? Ominous Wind? Get that boost in every stat, dude? Not the best mega out there, but for its price, it's very utility based. It can do a lot. It can do a lot. Just like Mew. And I love having options. So those are my 3 highest picks. This one went for 13 points. These 2 went for 20. I have to be careful with my points. Next up, yes, of course, your boy. You know him, you love him. It's your boy, the Incineroar. He's there. He has Intimidate. That's Blaze. That's Intimidate. It's your boy. It's the Pivot. It's the U-turn. It's Undone the Roar user. It has Parting Shot for setup sweepers like Megaltaria or Mew. It has Stab Knockoff. It has Nasty Plot. It can go special. It has self-sufficient recovery with Drain Punch. It can go a bulk upset. Ooh, it has coverage moves like Earthquake and Acrobatics, Body Slam, Leech Life, Low Kick. Damn. A return is not allowed. Shadow Claw, Superpower, Throat Chop. It can do a lot. Most importantly, it's a Will-O-Wisper, which helps me a lot. It gets Taunt as well. Sword Stance user, really strong physically defensive mon that can go special in certain scenarios. It can catch people off guard with stuff. Torment, Taunt, perfect, excellent pivot. And it gets... look at these stats. Very good stats. Like stats. We like stats over here. So the thing is, like, it can be physically defensive since Intimidate lowers attack, and it can be specially defensive because we can invest, or we can go Assault Vest, which is commonly used on this thing, and still run U-turn, you know? Excellent pick. Excelente. I love my draft so far. Weaknesses? If you can't live a hit from me, what do I have to fear? It's a bulky offense draft that goes in the mindset of hyper offense. I'm reinventing. That's all I'm saying. I'm reinventing out here. Next, that's my fire type. This is my fairy, dragon. We need a steel type, right? We need a steel type. We don't have a steel type. Who's our steel type going to be? I don't remember who I drafted after this. Yes, I remember. Fighting type weakness, I get it. But we have 2 resistances. And these 2 resistances, either if it's fairy or flying or psychic, you know, people run knockoff and ice punch and, you know, and poison jab, yada yada yada. But the chance of having a free switch into Mega Altaria or Mew, I'd say it can really turn a game on its head. The reason I drafted this was ordinarily I was going to have... what was I going to say? I was ordinarily going to have Seismitoad be my stealth rocker, right? So water ground type is only weak to grass. I have grass resistances and double dragon, you know, the whole shtuba. Gets a lot of abilities, can be speedy with Swift Swim, you know, stuff like that. But it got sniped from me, so I couldn't get it. And Swampert is no option for me because all it gets is Stealth Rock. You know, that's all it does for me. Its typing is okay. and stuff like that. So I'd rather save that for later and just draft my Stealth Rocker now. Glitchxcity is super tanky. I used it in my TAO Season 4. I don't think I ever did an analysis of that. But it gets Stealth Rock. It also, most importantly, is another heal beller. So you can cure status. It natural cure. It cures its own status without running heal bell. You know, it's a tank that can absorb toxics and switch out with being fine. Yeah, aromatherapy is the same thing basically. It can use Calm Mind counter pretty efficiently because it takes a large hit on the defensive side. This is really frail, that side. So it takes a hit, maybe with a berry, fighting type berry, lives, counters, gone. It's gone, just gone. Bye bye. So it also gets some coverage moves. Its special attack is not that bad. It's okay. It's okay. It can also run Calm Mind to even increase these two, which is, you know, really smooth if you're worried about the special defensive side. It can also run Serene Grace to double effect chances, like burns on Flamethrower, you know, stuff like that. You know, the special defense drops on Shadow Ball, flinch chance on Rock Slide, and stuff like that. But it gets Wish, where things get really important. It also gets a Stab Tri Attack. What? With double chance to paralyze, burn, or what? I can have a 40% chance to freeze someone? What? That's insane. What? That's insane, dude. Thunder with a 60% chance to paralyze. Recovery, it can heal itself. Wish, it can heal itself. And it can heal others. Perfect. What else does it get? Gravity. Gets gravity? Increases accuracy on the things that I do. And all the things I do. Boop. Crit next turn. Match if I really want to do it. Mimic, take another one. Psychic. Oh, Psych Up. Ooh, recycle. I can have my item back. Refresh. I can cure poison prowls. Yeah. Rain Dance. Sunny Day. Sweet Kiss for confusion. Ooh. Zapcan with 200% chance of paralyze. No. No. I'm just joking with you. I'm just taking a piss. Okay. So it does have quite a lot of options, but Stealth Rock is the most important. Stealth Rock, Wish, Heal Bell, you know, you get some coverage moves like Grass Knot. Probably not going to run a curse set, but you could do that. Set up screens like Reflect Light screen. It has options, and we like options. I'm going to make that a catchphrase someday or something, man. Next up, we have the Seismitoad replacement, Quagsire. And if you're clicking on this video, you probably know already that Quagsire is hailed for one thing and one thing only, because it doesn't get Stealth Rock. I moved Stealth Rock from this pick to this pick. But in return, this Pokemon ignores other Pokemon's stat changes when taking or doing damage. Which means that if you're set up, let's say you have a Mega Charizard X, and it has +1 attack, +1 speed after a Dragon Dance, right? And I have Quagsire. Not only do I ignore your attack, if let's just pretend for a second like Quagsire is super speed, right? But Dragon Dance makes it go faster. Unaware ignores that, dude. Unaware ignores your speed boost, and it ignores your attack boost. So if I go physically defensive, no matter how many Dragon Dances or Swords Dances or Bulk Ups or Workups or Quiver Dances on the special side or stuff like that, Quagsire just says no. No. Because if there's one thing this team is prone to, because it has a lot of like base base stats that just says, you know what? We're just naturally stronger than you. But people can set up to become stronger than me and overpower me, right? Not with Quagsire. Doesn't let it happen. And he's weak to grass. Free switch into... It's 4 times weak to grass. His only weakness. Incineroar, I can pivot. Double Dragon. Doesn't care about grass. I'm just saying. It's really good. It doesn't get Stealth Rock as I talked about. It's another haze user. If you want to run Water Absorb instead. So we do have water immunity on our team as well, which is really nice. But it also ignores the opponent's stat changes when doing damage, which means that if someone has a Calm Mind up and I use Scald against them, I ignore their stat boost because he's unaware. He doesn't know that it's happening. He's seeing things in his head. That's why his eyes are so, cloudy. And it can also run Damp for some like anti-explosion, self-destruct stuff. That's very like niche, but it's better than nothing. If you're afraid of that, you have it. Doesn't hurt. It's just more options. Focus Blast, Blizzard, Ancient Power, Earthquake, Double Edge, Counter, Brick Break, Curse. Curse Set is common. Ice Punch and Ice Beam, Iron Tail, Liquidation, Power Up Punch. So you ignore enemies' defense boosts while you're setting up attack? That's insane. Recover, self-recovery, don't have to wish pass to it. Gets Yawn, can put enemies to sleep. It's toxic, or everything gets toxic nowadays, but you still can't scoff at it. Seismic Tough? Tough? Really? Tough? Seismic Toss. If you want to do consistent damage, Stone Edge, Ass. Thing gets Acid Spray? I didn't know. Oh my lord. If you don't know, Acid Spray, one of my favorite moves in the game. It has really low power, but each time you use it, it doubles in power unless the target switches out. Because, you use this 100% chance to lower target special defense, and then they drop 2 special defense once you hit it. So it goes from 40 to 80 to 160, and so on and so on and so on. The only thing that really sucks is Unaware Acid Spray, because it ignores other Pokemon stat changes. It doesn't say positive stat changes, it says stat changes, any stat change. Which means that when you use Acid Spray and someone has -2 defense, special defense, your next Acid Spray is still going to be as weak as the first, because Unaware ignores it. But you can run Water Absorb Acid Spray, and that's hidden tech right there that I might just bust out some battles. I'm really happy that I saw that, because I would have seen it in prep otherwise, but I did not know it got Acid Spray. That's insane. Amnesia, you want to make this thing really, really specially tanky? You want to have Cotton Guard Altaria, Amnesia, Quagsire? Go ahead, dude. Go ahead. Yeah, Eerie Impulse is also bad with Unaware. Guard Swap might be very well useful for someone who has higher base defense than 85-65, which is not that high. Really good. I lost HPs though, don't get that, but it's not that offensive, it's very defensive, so it's fine. It's fine. Stockpile, Spit Up, Swallow, Whirlpool. It gets Whirlpool, dude, so you can trap things and toxic them or Amnesia up on them or Acid Spray them to death or what have you. This also gets Fire Spin, by the way. It's the same thing as Whirlpool. Traps and damages targets for 45 damage. It's just fire instead. 85 accuracy is okay. It's not good, but it's okay. This is my first half of the draft. I'd say you do have weaknesses that stack. I see it. You have double steel weakness here. You have triple fairy weakness here. Yada yada. You have triple fighting weakness and stuff like that. I get it. Listen, I get it. I told you at the start. This is not about covering for every typing. This is about dominance. This is about running everything. Okay? We have good defensive mons that synergize well, I'd say. Well enough, at least. We do have a pivot that works nicely into either our defensive half or our offensive half. So we are more offensive than defensive at the moment, and that's how it's going to be. This is an offensive draft. I'm sorry to stall players who, just like to see gameplay where you toxic protect, rest for 100 turns straight. That's fine. You do you. I'm an offensive player. Here you go. That's the top half of the draft. We were not allowed to draft more mons within point range of 20 to 17. So once I drafted these two within 20, I had to draft from 16 and below. And getting these from 16 and below, not bad. Not bad at all. We move on. Our next mon is Whimsicott. As you can see, my team isn't really that speedy. It's bulky offense. It needs to set up to sweep, basically. Dragon Dance here, or agility, or you have to run just straight up Scarf or something here. Dragon Dance or something here. You have to. I don't have inherently good speed. My high speed is 100, which is okay, and then we have 95, which is it's all right. And then we have 80, which is good, but not very good. It's just good. 60, which is, it's just like defensively, it's okay. It's like standard, pretty much. 55, which is below average, and then 35, which is bad. But it works. This works as an anti-trick rumor as well. So, really nice, actually, really nice. Whimsicott covers up for that speed. It's 116. When you list my speed tiers up in a little document of yours or whatever, you see that my highest speed is not 100, because having your highest speed as 100 is not that good. You need something above. Whimsicott covers for that. 116 speed base. Also has a really good ability called Prankster that gives every status move that goes into this category right here priority. And priority is it's like its own bracket. So you have priority first, and then comes normal regular speed, and then you have negative priority, which goes after. So priority goes before any kind of speed. The only backfire from this is that dark types are immune to getting status or stuff from Prankster. So dark types can come in for free, but it's a fairy type. And fairy type are good against dark types, so which means if a dark type wants to come in, I just moonblast it. I just straight up moonblast it, dude. The only way you can really force me out with Prankster in that sense, if you're a dark steel type or a dark poison type. A dark poison type is probably your best bet, but I don't even recall anyone drafting a dark poison type. So we're good. Another defogger, removing hazards, very good. Not only that, but it gets priority. It can have priority +3 defense, priority defog, priority encore. Target repeats its last move for its next 3 turns, so I can do stuff for 4 switches or what have you. It's a trick room user. It gets It's Trick Room has negative priority, but I do have Prankster, so I wonder how that works. But yeah, it's a U-turner, so it can pivot just like Incineroar. Yeah. It's a fast taunter. It has priority taunt, bro. It has priority taunt. Mew and Whimsicott kind of struggle a little bit against dark types, but I have double fairy. Fairy, and I have more for dark types coming up. So it gets Hurricane, which is alright. Knockoff, which is useful. Priority Leech Seed, super good. Priority Memento, really good for setting up Dragon Dances or other stuff among those lines. What else do we got? Priority Light Screen, not bad. Priority Switcheroo, Priority Stun Spore, Priority Rest Sleep Talk, Priority Toxic, Priority Tailwind. You can lower the target speed by 2 in Priority. Lower the target special defense by 2, Priority. Set up grassy terrain with Priority. Set up misty terrain with Priority. Nature Power also gets Priority, I believe. Yeah, Priority Sunny Day. It's not bad. And if you don't want to run this, that's fine. You can run a more offensive set with Infiltrator that like passes through screens and stuff like that. But you can defog to get screens, Priority defog to get screens away anyway. So, or you can run a Sunny Day set. Excuse me, I slept very badly. Chlorophyll, double my regular speed. So I basically have option to have one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. It's very frail though. It has a 4x weakness to poison, which brings in Mew, and yeah, you can bring in Quagsire as well. But it's not doesn't have the best stats. Speed is like its only very good stat. Defense is okay. It's all right, just like Quagsire. It's okay. It's good. Anything below that is just like it gets a pass, but nah. So it's just like that. So that's now I have my Fire Incineroar, Water Quagsire, Grass Whimsicott. I have my Fairy Whimsicott or Fairy Altaria. I have my Dragon Altaria, Dragon Kyurem Black. But we need that Steel to get that Steel Dragon Fairy core. Who is my Steel type? And Celesteela was a pick that I really wanted this draft, but I had to go for Mew when it came to me. Celesteela got taken, that's fine. But yeah, Corviknight also got taken, but I couldn't really draft Corviknight after, you know, I could only have Mew, Kyurem Black, because they're both 20, right? Corviknight was 17 or something like that. I couldn't draft it, even if it wasn't taken. But I knew I wanted a Steel type that was not weak to fighting, because I already have such a fighting weakness. And I just wanted a Steel type with Stealth Rock. I like when I saw like this mod, I'll show you. Skarmory, right? It's Steel Flying, one of the best combinations a Steel type can have. It's weak to fire and flying, which I'm starting to build a fire weakness now. I realize that, but I have Double Dragon that resists fire, and I have Double Dragon that resists electric, and this resists electric, and I have immunity to electric, so I'm fine, right? The reason is because Steel types are weak to fighting. Flying covers it, resists it, neutral. Steel types are weak to ground. Flying types are immune. Doesn't care. It's immune. It's immune now. You're welcome. And then, yeah, flying types are weak to ice, neutral. It gets neutral by steel. Flying types are weak to rock, neutral by steel. It's very good. So this mon gets Stealth Rock, Spikes, and Defog. So now I have 3 Defoggers, technically 4 Skarmory, Whimsicott, Mega Altaria, Mew. Technically 4, but you don't really want to use Defog on Mew, so it's 3, 4, 3, 4. Stealth Rock, I have another Stealth Rock. I have Blissey, but Quagsire doesn't get it, so I need another one, which this one gives me Stealth Rock. And I've seen Skarmory 6-0 sweep teams with just Hazards and Whirlwind. I think it was Stealth Rock, Spikes, Whirlwind, Roost, or something like that. It was really insane. If I can find that replay, I really want to analyze that one day. Yeah, so it doesn't, stat-wise, really defensive. 140 defense is really good, and Blissey is very specially defensive. So I have like assigned on each category, so I'm not really weak to a certain. To like, I'm not really super weak to physical attackers, so I'm not really super weak to special attackers. I can cover them both. Ability Kenai is really bad. It's really bad. Since it would be really good if evasiveness and stuff was allowed, but it's really bad at the current moment. It's not useless, but it's really bad. Like if you defog against it, this Pokemon has accuracy can't be lowered, or what it is. Ignore service. I don't know. I won't probably ever use this, but Sturdy is really good. Sturdy lets me take a hit from full HP and live, basically. I survive at 1 HP if I'm full HP, so it's really good. Or else I'm weak armor, so I can go more of an offensive set where I sacrifice this defense to get my speed up, and then I can run like, doesn't it get Source Stance? Get Source Stance, so I can do that, or I can just raise my speed with Autotomize or Agility, straight up, or I can lower my speed with Curse and have even more defense, so I can sacrifice defense for speed or speed for defense. I have options, you know. Especially special-wise, we don't really talk about this. This is always going to be the negative. It's not, you cannot really use that. It does have special options. It does have a special moveset, but it doesn't have the stat for it. So just pretend that didn't happen. Just pretend it's not there. Yeah. So it's just a tank. It sadly doesn't get U-turn, but Celesteela doesn't get U-turn either. So we can be thankful for that. It's another taunter, gets Toxic Tailwind. Toxic Tailwind is a classic trio, the triple T's, you know how it is, the triple T's. And then it can set up substitutes. Yeah, it can use counter like Blissey and Quagsire, which is really good. Detect is just like a protect. It gets protect as well, but it has rest and it has roost, self-recovery, really nice. I also forgot that this has self-recovery. I mentioned rest, but doesn't it get synthesis? Does it not get synthesis? Okay, never mind. Never mind, it doesn't get synthesis. Interesting. That's fine. That's fine. I have 116 speed with U-turn, that's fine. So yeah, probably just like this. Guaranteed to live a hit. I can wish pass to it to get its HP back to full. Doesn't have the biggest HP stat, so it gets a lot of health from rests from wishes from Blissey. So that's really good, and good typing for a tank and so on and so forth. So it's a defensive pick, but I like it. Gives me the utility that I feel I need. Yeah. Next up is, I was like, I don't really need to be worried about like stealth rocks and hazards. I don't really need to worry about hazards like toxic spikes and stuff like that, because I can get rid of them. Is my point. I can get rid of them. It's good, but I still want a fighting type to help me break those steel types that I'm weak to. Because the steel type comes in every time on Kieran Black, and Kieran Black can't really do anything except for like Celesteela, and then it can maybe like Fusion Bolt or something like that. But aside from that, it can't really do much. So I also just wanted a fighting type on my team. Hitmonlee is my next pick. 87 speed is alright. It's not the best. It's really specially defensive for some reason. That's a very random stat to be good in for an offensive Pokemon. It has 110 special defense. And it's a low tier pick. It's like, or mid tier pick. It's like really random. Like, why? What? Why? So it's an insanely good Assault Vest user on the special side. It gets super tanky. The other reason I wanted this was because I wanted a fighting type with priority Mach Punch. And then you say like Conkeldurr, but when you spend double 20 points, you don't really have the, you don't get to choose whatever you want. You have to take what's left. And this gets priority fighting. I don't know if many people know this, but it gets priority Mach, no, not priority. Yeah, Mach Punch is priority. It gets Mach Punch, stab priority. It gets Bullet Punch, which is a priority steel type move, which is really nice. So it gets both of these. It gets Fake Out, which is priority first turn move, and it gets Sucker Punch, it's priority dark type move when the target is using an attacking move. So it gets a lot of priority, making its speed irrelevant. And if that's not good enough, well, I want to use more attacks like Close Combat. I want to use more attacks like Blaze Kick. I don't know, what kind of kicking moves do you get? I did not write that correctly. Mega Kick, Low Kick, High Jump Kick, Double Edge, Earthquake. It can't really use special, just ignore it. This is a physical attacker. Yeah, bulk up, poison jab, rapid spin. It gets rapid spin as well, so you can also remove hazards without removing my own hazards, which is really nice. So yeah, it can go power punch, rock slide, stone edge, throat chop. It gets a lot. It can counter, role play, user replaces ability with the targets if they have a really good ability. Wacky way we pretend that doesn't exist. So yeah, it's just a good fighting type with a lot of priority and rapid spin as well. But the abilities is where this thing really shines. Reckless makes abilities with recoil or crash damage have 1.2 times power. Those are double edge and a high jump kick. In this case, at least, because those have those hurt you a little bit for using it. This has crash damage and this has recoil damage. Sorry, that's my phone right there. Let's see what this is about. Just making sure it's nothing too important. Give me a little second here. Okay. Yeah, we're good. So, or if you want to, so reckless, it just gives those. You can go scarf, and then you have really high attack, 120, and then you can just hit hard with these. That gets boosted power. Or you can run unburden, which gives like you go fake out, and then maybe like a normal gem, right? Because I can use normal gem if I'm not mistaken. So you can just fake out normal gem. The item gets popped. I've done some damage. And then I've lost my item, which gives me double speed. So 87 times 2. This is unboosted, by the way. This is basically it gives me 600 blank, 600 on the dot speed, 600 speed. When you're level that's level 100. Wait, it gives me half. So it gives me that's 150. So 152 actually. So it gives me 304 speed at level 50, which is not bad at all. Really good. Or as I said, I can use reckless, or I can have paralysis immunity. Not that good, the worst of the abilities here, but I really have offensive options with this. Next, just want to remove this. Yeah, just give me a little moment here. Yep. And next is my last pick. I think it's my last pick because there's 4 there, 6 there. Yeah. This is a 9 to 11 mon draft, which means that you can have 9 mons Pokemon, or you can have 11 Pokemon, or you can have 10 Pokemon. But you have to make sure that you try to get the best for your points. Some teams might have 9 really strong ones. Some teams might have 11, but there are a couple mons that are weaker, but they have more options. I chose 10 mon. I chose 10 mons. So my last pick is actually, originally I wanted Whimsicott to be Roserade, or Roselia actually, to get grass poison. And then I wanted, who did I want again? Who was that? Because I wanted a sticky web user, right? I wanted Slurpuff. Slurpuff also got sniped from me. Because it has Unburden as well, right? The same ability as Hitmonlee. And it has a lot of other things. It gets aromatherapy, so it's like Heal Bell there. It gets Belly Drum, Unburden, Sticky Web, Wish. So it gets a lot. So I wanted that, but it got taken from me, so I had to adapt. And I had to go another Sticky Web user, which actually gave me another typing I didn't have, which is really good. But it stacked another weakness that I didn't need. It gave me triple fire weakness. I got Ariados. It says illegal there. It's legal. Don't worry about it. It's okay. We're good. In terms of baton passing rules, the only rules are that you can baton pass a substitute and you can baton pass just straight up, but you can not baton pass any stat boosts. And I'm honestly fine with that because this can substitute agility, which is really good. It actually gets Stomping Tantrum, so it gets ground type coverage. It gets priority with Shadow Sneak and Sucker Punch. Gets Sword Stance to boost those even further because it doesn't have the best speed. It's just 40. These stats are okay. They're not that good. They're okay. Swarm is good for like Focus Sash, Sticky Web. Because you take a hit, you use Sticky Web, and then if you're for some reason you can use, when you're in range, these get band boost like 1.5 times. So that's pretty nice. You can heal back up, you can take their attack down, or you can just do massive amounts of damage. You have sleep immunity. This Pokemon has insomnia, so it cannot be put to sleep, which is really nice. This is what people might try to do, is that they run something to put me to sleep and are faster than me, so I can't put up Sticky Web, and I'll surprise them with insomnia, which makes me, be able to put up Sticky Web. Or Toxic Spikes. I also get Toxic Spike with this, and this is also a grounded poison, which means that when it switches in on Toxic Spikes, it absorbs them. It doesn't have the best special attack, but it's okay. It's bad, but it can be used. 90 attack is decent. 70 is it's okay. But it does have quite a lot of weaknesses, so I have to be careful of that. Agility to boost my speed. Curse to get attack and defense for sacrificing speed that I don't really use anyway. Home Claws for accuracy on Mega Horde. Night Slash, and doesn't it get cross poison anymore? Gets cross poison. High crit ratio moves with Sniper. If they strike a critical hit, the damage is also multiplied by 1.5 times again. Really, really nice. You can toss pad substitute, as I talked about. It has Disable Tech right there. If there's another mon that's a psychic type or weak to dark or just straight up has massive amounts of attack, I can use Foul Play, which uses their attack against them. I can trap things with Infestation. So I have Whirlpool, Fire Spin, Infestation that I can trap things with. Stab Poison, Jaffle Poison. It also gets, we'll get to that later. It's a little surprise. I'll show you. Because this is Natdex Wi-Fi. I have to select Natdex Wi-Fi here as well, so I have to make sure that I'm talking about the right mon here. Because only Ariados is legal. This is the Ariados I want to talk about. So yeah, gets Foul Play, gets Giga Drain, gets Leech Life, Nightshade for consistent damage, really nice. Refresh can actually cure its own. Yeah, I didn't know it got refreshed. That's cool. Disable, can't use the same attack on me twice. It gets Toxic Spikes, as I talked about, 100% accurate Toxics as well. Sticky Web, which is why I drafted it. Bug Bite, if you want to eat. If you want to take away the opponent's berries and use them, that's cool. Fell Stinger to raise my attack by 3 if I KO the target. But I can just use regular Sword Stance as well. Mimic to take their move. Things like that. But this is the move I want to talk about. This is a signature move that Ariados and, I don't know if Spinarak gets it. Yeah, this line only gets this move. It's basically a 100% accuracy poison move that poisons the enemy and lowers their speed by one stage, which is really nice to have as an option, Return got taken away, we don't talk about that. Electro Web can also lower their speed. Get Smart Strike as well, I heard. Yes, Steel Coverage, really nice. I can use Giga Impact on it, Thief to take their item, Venoshock to double the poison damage, Twin Needle, 20% chance to poison. Yeah, very not that good move, to be honest with you. Lower the target's defense by 2, lower the target's speed by 2. Rage Powder is only good in doubles, don't think about that. Struggle Bug to lower their special attack by 1 stage. Does it get Skitters back? It doesn't get Skitters back, okay. But yeah, that's the draft. So we do have a triple fire weakness, triple fairy weakness, the steel weakness, fire weakness, and whatever. We do have a lot of weaknesses, but we do have a lot of power. We have power offensive, on the offensive side, and we have stats in the defensive department that we can fall back on if you want to make sure that our offensive threats can thrive. Because in draft, you can basically bring all your top tier Pokemon every time. There's no limit to how much you can use them. So Mew KB, Mew Kyurem Black, shortened to KB, can come every time, basically. And Mega Altaria can come every time. And these 6 can come every time, and I can swap some of them out for these, or, you know. So this is the team of the Oslo City Dragon Dancers for PTL Division 3, Season 6. More videos might come soon. I might stream some content for it. Make sure you follow my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/soulblaze with an I, because regular Soulblaze is taken. It's like straight up spell Soulblaze. So if I just go to channel, here's my channel. Go follow, get notified next time I go live. Content might be going on there. I do have some VODs you can watch back if you are interested in that, from some other gameplays. And we also play other games than Pokemon on here. We play League of Legends, Fall Guys, Among Us, you know, as you can see here. So we do have a lot of fun on here. Make sure you go follow. Also, you can follow me on Twitter. I'll post whenever things are live, and I might post content for other leagues as well. We do have my own Little Cup League going, and we're on playoffs right now. There's a cash prize. I might do some content for it. You might want to check that out. Follow the SOS on Twitter as well. Yeah, that's everything I got to plug. Like and subscribe and share this video with friends. Perfect. I'll see you around. Your coach of the Oslo City Dragon Dancers signing. That was a cringe intro. Signing out.